As restoration work goes on to the outside of Britain's Houses of Parliament, a comprehensive renewal has taken place inside. Boris Johnson's landslide election victory means legislation for the UK's long-awaited withdrawal from the European Union is well on its way to being approved. That leaves ratification by the EU Parliament to allow Brexit to happen at the end of January, with a transition period to follow, meaning little change on the ground until at least the end of next year.
4 governments in, and after years of tough, often acrimonious negotiations, it is possible that 2020 will see Britain's exit from the European Union become law. But don't expect that to be the end of the Brexit pain. Few here in Brussels do.
Renewal too inside EU institutions. New Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says she's keen to preserve good relations with the United Kingdom in negotiations to come over the future relationship. But EU interests will always come first.
And I think the danger in terms of UK-EU relations is that, again, things get pretty tense between the two sides, with the pressure from the UK side to get things done very quickly, and the EU side saying that's just not feasible unless you're willing to, do things our way.
Prime Minister Johnson insists a trade deal can and must be struck by the end of 2020 with no extension.
Here in Brussels, people who are veterans of this kind of process with other countries, say it takes much longer.
A year of more negotiating red lines, rhetoric and brinkmanship lies ahead. And back in London, the prospect that by next December, Britain once again risks reaching no deal with the EU.
The one thing that we do know about Prime Minister Johnson is that he's put a lot of quite obvious red lines in his manifesto: no single market, no customs union, no role for the European Court of Justice. Those all matter a lot to his supporters. But the other thing we know from Boris Johnson's negotiations so far is he can be flexible when he sees a deal in sight.
Brexit promises have been broken, ultimatums reversed, the undeliverable delivered. In 2020 then, expect the unexpected. Jonah, Al Jazeera, London.